Now, I did mention I was going to, like, bring up some Mr. Crossbow stories that had come up, but I remembered...
Stuff bright and early in the morning.
Indeed. I remembered that I actually asked if people had questions for him a while ago, and I have got those answers to said questions written down right next to me, so I thought I'll spread them out a little bit, because they may go on quite a while. The question was asked, what would you do? This is to Mr. Crossbow. What would you do if you were in charge of the country? If you were Prime Minister? If you could run the country? What would you do? There's a flower. That's what I'm after. And it was basically, I'd kill all the stuck-up people. It's like, what? It's like, all the stuck-up people, you know, all those type of people that are full of themselves. It's like, what? That's your first thing you do. It's like, yeah? Like, but how do you decide something like that? How do you decide who's stuck up, who's big-headed, essentially, who's full of themselves? That you kill them. It's like, well, I'd have a point system. A point system. And who's deciding on this point system? It's like, well, I would. Like, so you got to be a dictator. It's like, well, yeah, someone has to be. It's like, no. Someone doesn't have to be a dictator.
What to make?
He said that. And then it's sort of like the conversation moved on after that.
I'll put this here.
And we were just having, like, just general conversation about, like, work and stuff like that. And, like a co-worker just said something about their sister now, like, they don't like them, etc., they don't get on with them, etc., etc. And then later on in the day, it just got to a point where the co-worker of mine just said the words, do you know what I think we should do? And then Mr. Crossbow turned around and goes, kill your sister. And it was like, what? It's like, what did you say? Oh, kill a sister. Like, what? Why? It's like, well, she sounds full of herself, like I was going on about earlier, they should all be killed. It's like, what? You can't do that. So yeah, I asked him, like, what type of people were stuck up, were full of themselves, who deserved to be killed in his eyes, and it was like, this is gonna be a fun one. And his instant reaction was, Piers Morgan. I was like, but you do know part of what he's doing is not an act. Not an act. It's like he knows what people think of him. And he is playing up to it a little bit. He is still a bit of an idiot, but that's my point of view anyway. But most people share that point of view. But yeah, he's like, yeah, he should be killed. It's like, alright. So I was racking my brains. Could I think of everyone? Yep. Think of everyone. Think of anyone who basically was full of themselves, like loved themselves a lot, but was someone he liked and appreciated that aspect of them. I was like, Jeremy Clarkson, because he loved Top Gear, and he loves, what's it called, Grand Tour, that's the one, and he loves Grand Tour. And Jeremy Clarkson is very much, that's it, I've come up with a new recipe. It's very much, it's very egocentric, really, isn't he? He's I don't know how to word it nicely, because it's like he's different. He's very full of himself, but in a good way is the best way I'd describe it. But yeah, his response to this was, well, you'd have to die as well under my rules. It's like, and I did have to credit him this, that even though he liked him, he would still kill him under his rules. It's like, well, you stuck to your gun on your rules there. You did stick to your own rules of anyone who's above an 8 on your list deserves to die. The TwitGamer is supported by some lovely people over at patreon.com/TheTwitGamer. And I want to use this time to thank you for all the generosity you have shown me.